Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. Today we are going to talk about 5 must-have baits for the 2024 fishing season. These are baits that either have been out for a little bit of time or are supposed to come out in 2024. In either case, I expect these to be pretty impactful baits for next year, meaning there's going to be a lot of fish that get caught on them. I think some of these baits kind of came out in the second half of 2023 when the fishing season really started to slow down. So therefore, they've kind of flown under the radar. And I think some of these baits are coming out in 2024 and might really surprise you at how impactful they're going to be. So we're going to talk about these. Before I do get into that, I do want to remind you, if you're looking to support the channel, please use my Tackle Warehouse affiliate link to make your tackle purchases. I'll put that link in the video description for you. Also, if you want additional content from me, check out my members only page. We do additional monthly videos, a monthly live stream, as well as you can have direct access to me to ask me your questions. So check out my members only page as well. All right, so let's talk about these baits for 2024 that I think are going to be very impactful. The first one is this guy right here. Some of you maybe have seen this, some of you may not. This is the Picasso Speed Drop Jig Head. So this jig head was specifically designed for forward-facing fishing applications. I know some of you guys are not huge fans of forward-facing, but the reality is there is still going to be specialized equipment made to help allow an angler to be more productive when doing it. And jig heads like this are items that are coming forward to really help that. So a couple of things to talk about this as to why this is a little bit different than other jig heads. So the Speed Drop, first and foremost, has a design where it's a wide head, but it's also very narrow. And it's got kind of a ridge that runs on it. The whole purpose of that is to get it to cut through the water column faster than, say, a traditional ball jig head. And it really does have an impact from that. It also, because of the wider head, does show up really well on your forward-facing sonar. Comes with a laser sharp Gamakatsu hook, double bait keeper, really good, simple piece of terminal equipment that shines for forward-facing sonar. So I think because of the fact that forward-facing sonar is not going anywhere for the 2024 season, I do think specialized equipment like this Picasso Speed Drop are gonna be some of the absolute best players. So with something like this, you can put a minnow style bait on it and it'll cut through the water column and you can fish it very effectively in front of the boat. So I think the Speed Drop, which came out this year, but is really flown under the radar in my opinion, and it's just starting to get a little bit more notoriety. I think you're going to hear a lot more about that in 2024. Another bait that just came out, well, it came out probably, I'm going to say back in like August, and you guys have seen me talk about it and use it, is the Berkley dime crankbait. And there's many, many different sizes of this. This is the size 6. There's a 4, a 10, a 14. This is just a phenomenal crankbait in terms of generating bites. It runs very, very true. You probably saw, well, if you watch my channel on a regular basis, you saw me do a speed cranking video with this. It is just a crankbait that I've fallen in love with. And I know a lot of other people that are just starting to use it are having really good success with it. So I expect this bait in 2024 to continue to shine. I think we're going to hear a lot of fish get caught on it, because when you look at the tournament schedules of the professional level events, there's going to be a lot where your shallow cranking is going to be a major player. And I expect the dime to be a good one. I know I'll have it tied on right off the bat. The first tournament I'm going to at Toledo Bend, I could see it being a major player there, because you'd be able to catch fish from shallow all the way down to some of your deeper drains. And there's a dime that dives in those depths. So I expect to see that as a pretty good player throughout the year. Next up, let's talk. I've done a video with this. This is the little Zappu 0-inch wacky. So it's a little shot wacky hook that is made for fishing little finesse worms. I think overall it's the shot wacky technique that you're going to hear a lot more about. And shot wacky is kind of a hybrid between a weighted wacky rig hook and a non-weighted wacky rig hook, and it basically lowers the weight down to be making contact with your plastic, which increases the amount of movement in your wacky worm. So from that standpoint, this is pretty new to the American market, been out for a while over in Japan, and I think we're going to see this become much bigger player here in the US. I really do think we'll see it be a player. It's something that I've gotten into head over heels. I expect to do a bunch more of it moving forward, and I'm excited. I'm excited to put it to work. So the fourth one is going to be a bait that I actually don't have with me. I have a couple of packs of them in my Skeeter right now, but the Skeeter's at the dealer, so I do not have them on hand. I thought I did, so I'm not going to be able to show you one in person, but here's a picture of it, and this is the Z-Man Gremlin. This is kind of a hybrid creature slash beaver style bait. It's got your beaver style body mixed in with more of your creature style legs. Designed by my buddy Brian Lattimore. It's a 4.5 inch bait, and it just kind of has some cool motion going on. I've been playing around with it quite a bit the second half of the year, fishing it on the Core Tackle Ozark rig, and it works really, really well with that. So I expect, because Brian's behind it and Brian's got a really big following, I think you'll be able to see him pushing out there really well. It's been out for a little bit this year, but I expect it only to grow in popularity. So I think that the Z-Man Gremlin will be a big player in 2024, and you'll hear a lot more about it. The last bait, I can't even, you guys are going to hate me for this. Berkley's got a bait that I've been playing around with now for the last couple of months. I can't tell you what it's called. I can't show you a picture of it. I have done a video on it that I'll release when they tell me I can put it out. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be coming out here, I would guess, in the next couple months, because they sent me some finished products, meaning it's in the packaging. But it's a whole different style of bait. I don't even know what technique it falls into. To me, it's a slasher style bait, which I don't even know if there's a category of slasher style baits, but that's what I'm calling it, because I've never seen anything else like it. And just to give you a little background on it, there's a lake around my house that I've been fishing quite a bit this fall, and the fish I've been able to see there pretty much every time out. You'll see them run in the banks, and I've had very, very, very little success getting them to bite. The first pass I made on these couple of stretches with this new Berkley slasher style bait was pretty incredible how much the fish reacted to it. And it's not surprising. So when you see this bait, you're probably going to know that that's the bait I'm talking about. But when it comes out, I'll let you know that this is the bait that I'm talking about. But Berkley's got something really cool coming down the pipeline that I think you guys will be very, very impressed by. And you'll be able to fish it at all different levels of the water column. Very, very unique. Just something super cool. And that's going to be my fifth bait that's a must-have for 2024. So when it comes out, I'll give you guys a heads up on it. But those are them. Nothing super crazy. You know, a lot of kind of little twists on baits that are coming out. I also want to throw a shout out to Core Tackle. We will have a bunch of new products coming out in the first half of 2024. So stay tuned for that. We've got a new wacky rig coming out. We've got a swim bait coming out. We've got some weedless tushes that'll be coming out. We've got a new jig design that's coming out. So a lot of different things coming down the Core Tackle pipeline. I only hope that they'll become a big trend for 2024 and a must-have bait. But at this point, these are the ones I'm going to say. And when the end of the year comes, hopefully I get to tell you I told you so. Anyways, let me know in the comment section, what are your must-have baits for the 2024 season, so that I can see them as well as the other viewers. I'd love to know what you have to say as well. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Stay tuned. New video coming out tomorrow.